Hi guys, Nomis here, and welcome back to Nomishavn, a fictional Scandinavian city-state, for episode number 37. In today's episode, I will be doing a stadium and training facility for a football team on the other side of the transit hub, extend out the light rail line, and expand out some more housing projects to fill out the area around. Before I get to the stadium, I first need to remove this very temporary placement of the tram depot and give it a proper location. I figure the light rail will terminate on this hillside, so it makes sense to place a depot right past the end stop. Since there will be low density going up this hillside, the light rail goes from elevated to street running for this last stretch of the line. I won't detail the tram depot properly yet. That will come later when I work on this hillside in probably another episode. But I will add another elevated station right next to where the stadium will sit. To get into the history of the stadium, I have to briefly mention the history of the team. The football team, called Christiania FC, was founded in 1912 by port workers in Christiania. They had a small stadium for decades in the middle of the residential areas near the main port for Christiania, nowadays the location for the central business district, which I built a few episodes back. In the late 1960s, they were about to be promoted to the top league in Swedish football, but they had one problem. Their current stadium was too small for competing in the top league, and there was no room to expand, as their small stadium was in the middle of a densely packed residential area. The team quickly decided to look to Rosengård to build their new stadium. At this time, it was still a very rural place, but the plans for the housing projects and the transit hub were in place already, which made it a perfect location for the future. The stadium had to be built quickly and cheaply, and even though it might have been considered modern at the time, it looks very dated today and maybe a bit run down. While the original neighborhoods where the teams were founded is no longer existing, the team has grown with the new stadium and has had loyal supporters all over the city since then. But let's also touch a little bit on how I actually built it. It's not a 100% custom stadium, as I used the Ratina stadium from the workshop, which has a nice brutalist style, but I wanted to add to it and make it look like a more urban stadium and have some more details. Around most of the stadium I use concrete retaining walls, and I rest the roof texture with procedural object to make a structure around it. This would be where a lot of the facilities for the stadium sits, as well as housing the VIP lounges, for example. To get the windows of the stadium building, I take a pretty generic office building and convert it to PO and shrink it down to a small section which you can copy over and over. And I also added a lot of different doors, which would be entrances for the stadium. On match days, the flow of people is very important, not to create chaos. So stadiums like this will always have a lot of different entrances, and you'll choose the entrance according to where your seats are. On the outside I use PO to write the name of the stadium, as well as naming the entrances with alphabetic letters all around. There's one section which has this cool roof structure that I decided to keep open and just have some chain link gates for an entrance. I mentioned these seats are for the supporter club, and if there are any hooligans associated with the club, they would definitely be seated around here. There's no functional big lights on the asset, so I had to add that in myself, but it works pretty well in the end. Down at the level of the field, I add logos from a few suitable brands, just to get that look of sponsor logos that you always see at stadiums. And some screens mounted to the top of the building adds a nice detail. All around the stadium I add some nicer decals and planters, and I also do a lot of invisible paths and park people generators at some spots around the stadium, just to make it look like people are getting inside before a match is about to start. There's some extra final details I'll be adding at the end of the video, but I'll be back to talk about it then. Next product is a training facility for the team just across the street from the stadium. It will be a pretty simple one with just one full-size field and one smaller one. I imagine both the first team use this for practice, and it also will be used by the youth teams, and I imagine they play their matches on the bigger field. In the middle I put this kind of modern office building, which will function both as office space for the people working for the club, as well as housing things like workout rooms with equipment for a team. The rest of the video will be mostly more housing projects and some more schools and such. Because there is a light rail stop here, I decided to put a row of higher apartment towers or blocks. On the other side of the station I have this asset called House of Culture. This will be a building that is used for many cultural purposes for the locals. I imagine a lot of local bands and artists will have their first performance here, and most of the time it is used for exactly this. A mix of bands that are unknown and some that are upcoming but not big just yet. As I expand out, I always have a huge demand for high school, so I wanted to try a cool design here, where I placed 3 high school buildings in kind of a triangle shape with a shared backyard, and then connected them with these indoor bridges, or whatever we call them. I really like how this ended up looking.
I know you like the way I pop out. Let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout. A different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now. He think he Wimby, but I'ma ride this Chevy Mally until it's empty. And Pastor don't take dirty money. I like it filthy. She my Achilles. I'm out for millies, not just for memories. Been on a mission. Did I mention it before? I can't be slipping till I'm reaping what I sow. Can you meet me where I'm at before I hit the top? How many years I put in this just trying to make it pop? I had a purpose for they had opinions, but
haven't built any fitness centers here yet, so I used this Plattenbau game asset and just used PO to add the logo of a Norwegian fitness center brand on the sign.
No motivation, now my eyes, they been back on the prize. Can't go back where I was in my mind, cause it don't bring no shine. I pop out time to show face and give my people love. That's all I got and I won't waste it, cause ain't in us here in this place enough. I know you like the way I pop out, let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout, a different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now, he think he Wimby, but I'ma ride this Chevy Mally until it's empty. And pastor don't take dirty money, I like it filthy. She my Achilles, I'm out for millies, not just for memories. Been on a mission, did I mention it before? I can't be slipping till I'm reaping what I sow. Keeping my rearview mirror empty when I'm riding out, cause ain't that worth risking this. How I'ma break bread with them, but my pockets down and my head ain't into this. That's why I gotta keep my hustle strong and not let them breathe too long. Never know who needs you, reaping what I giving this seed to. I'm just seeing light when it's been years. Don't make no sense to me sometimes, but time and all it is. Perfected patience, tame my ego when I killed the pedo. This poetry is still my passion, shot my nigga Theo. I had the vision way back when we smoked out the gazebo, that I would make my step in history just like all my heroes. It's way more glory in the story when you come from zero. Most sacrifices still the price, cause I know nothing free though. Ain't that I know you like the way I pop out, let's go hit Lennox. Another week, another knockout, a different city. My partner whip a 7-4 now, he think he Wimby, but I'ma ride this Chevy Mally until it's empty. And pastor don't take dirty money, I like it filthy. She my Achilles, I'm out for millies, not just for memories. Been on a mission, did I mention it before? I can't be slipping till I'm reaping what I sow.
Run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em, run 'em. Yeah, just run 'em. I'm on the mezzanine, I go so hard just to fuck up my enemies. Don't need revenge, success is the remedy. Ain't for the top, I'ma do 'em like Kennedy. Mixing champagne with their Hennessy, they falling off, all these niggas is winning leads. Life gave me limits, I came out with simply. Look, I don't associate, no we can't congregate. Focus like number 8, my shit is infinite. Move out the trauma, my therapist healing it, Know that you feeling it,
As I expand out, I decided to include another medium-sized grocery store here. I used PO to cover up the brand here and replace it with a Norwegian grocery store brand. This also gave me the chance to use some super nice new shopping cart assets to detail around it a little.
Telling you niggas beware that I'm coming. Coming from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Coming from the bottom, now stepping on the neck. I've been working, I've been grinding. I need all of my respect. Get it, dollars, yen, euros. Now really cashing check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck. Tell them that I'm coming, like who I've been coming. Numbers I've been running, I've been up to something. Never run from nothing, gotta keep it jumping. Make sure these niggas is bumping my shit. I go too hard on the beach.
So before the video finishes, I just go back to the stadium, as I wanted to just fill up these empty chairs with some people sitting. I mostly did this using the cinematics. I will probably remove them later to save on the prop count. The idea is that this will be right as people start entering the stadium before a match, so there will just be a small part of the seats filled up, and then you can see people walking around as well, probably looking for the seats.
My respect, get it, dollars, yen, euros, now really cashing check. Mezzanine is on the deck. Mezzanine is on the deck.
And when I looked at these tall apartment blocks right by the stadium, I thought to myself that a lot of people without tickets will probably get up to the rooftops on those blocks to watch the game from here, as I kind of do have a perfect view down and are super close. So I add some sim props up on the rooftops, just using the cinematics. So that is it for today's build. Really hope you enjoyed it if you stuck around this far. And if you watched to the end, I so appreciate that. Likes, comments and subscribes are greatly appreciated and means a lot to me and will help me to grow the channel. I also do have a Patreon now in case you wish to support me further. Until next time, have a great rest of your day and stay tuned for some cinematics.